Hi, folks. Hello, folks, and neighbors and friends. This is Brother Isaac David Bringman with the Christian Hearts Christian Fellowship Online Ministry. What I meant was I thought I was doing this a while ago, and the whole time I wasn't. Devil trying to mess it up. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to read again from Proverbs 3:13 all the way to Proverbs 3:35. I know, like you think, that's a lot of reading, but it's not. It goes like this. God blesses everyone who has wisdom and common sense. Wisdom is more than silver. It's worth more than silver. It makes you much richer than gold. Wisdom is more valuable than precious jewels. Nothing you want compares to her. In her right hand, wisdom holds a long life, and in her left hand are wealth and honor. Wisdom makes life pleasant and leads us safely along. Wisdom is a life-giving tree, the source of happiness for all who hold on to her. By his wisdom and knowledge, the Lord created heaven and earth. By his understanding, he let the ocean break loose and clouds release her rain. My child, use common sense and sound knowledge. Always keep them in mind. They will help you live a long and beautiful life. You will walk safely and never stumble. You will rest without a worry and sleep soundly. So don't be afraid of disasters or storms that strike those who are evil. You can be sure that the Lord will protect you from harm. Do all you can for everyone who deserves your help. Don't tell your neighbor to come back tomorrow if you can help today. Don't try to be mean to neighbors who trust you. Don't argue just to be arguing when you haven't been hurt. Don't be jealous of cruel people or follow their examples. The Lord doesn't like anyone who is dishonest, but he lets good people be his friends. He places a curse on the homes of everyone who is evil, but he blesses the homes of every good person. The Lord sneers at those who sneer at him, but he is kind to everyone who is humble. You will be praised if you are wise, but you will be disgraced if you have a stubborn heart. Or if you're a stubborn fool, I mean to say. Anyway, what it means, and I know I stumble with my reading. Excuse me with that. But as I'm trying to tell y'all today, is that the Lord is saying that if we have sound judgment, as it says here, and I'll show you, it says here, by his wisdom and knowledge, the Lord created heaven and earth. By his understanding, he lets the ocean break loose and clouds release the rain. My child, use common sense and sound knowledge. Common sense and sound knowledge. Now, why do we not use this common sense and sound knowledge? Because we think that by using that common sense and sound knowledge, hey, we won't find out nothing we want to find out about. We want to find out about partying. We want to find out about drugs and alcohol. Oh, my word. Well, do we stop to think about all the mess we put ourselves in when we don't do what God said? God told us right now in his face. He says, in his face and our face, have common sense and sound knowledge. It means, or sound judgment. Knowledge, judgment, it's the same thing, because if you have knowledge, your judgment will be right. But if you have judgment, your knowledge will be right through God. Now, what does that mean? Because it says here, have common sense and sound judgment. Now you say, wait a minute. I understand the common sense, but what about the judgment? God said not to judge. No, he didn't say not to judge. He just said don't judge mankind, because you can judge yourself. You can judge things, but you have to learn. Don't judge another man looking right at you, because he's probably judging you awfully wrong, worse than you've ever judged him. Or you might be the one judging him super wrong. And what God is saying, and Jesus is saying, is have common sense and sound judgment. You be your own judge. You be your own lawyer. You be your own court. And you let God be your own judge. You let God be your own court. You let God be your own lawyer. Let Jesus be your own court. Let Jesus be your own judge, lawyer, courtroom, all that. When the three of y'all get together and have court together, you'll find out sometimes the guilty party, it's your fault, and sometimes it's old Satan's fault, because Satan didn't listen to God. God, told Satan how many times what he could have rewarded in, or what he could have, what treasures was waiting for him if he'd have listened to you. But old Satan decides it's his turn to do what he wants to do, and it's now. And every angel that ever followed Satan turned into Satan's demons. When they say hell's angels, oh, that motorcycle gang ain't nothing compared to them people that were with God who followed Satan. The true hell's angels ain't nothing more than demons that used to be angels in heaven. When an angel decides he wants to be in hell instead of heaven, that's a true hell's angel right there, because he becomes a demon when he steps into hell. Even a demon that was an ex-heavenly angel is still considered an hell's angel. That's a real hell's angel, if you ask me. And you know what? People talk about all these different groups and things, but the origins of those groups have to do with spirituality, if you think about it. Hell's angels, the real hell's angels, like I said, are demons that used to be heavenly angels. I'm saying it. Then, your KKK, well, think about it. We've had groups in the Bible that have actually took and decided. Some of them started out evil and stayed evil, and some started out good and went evil. I heard the story was that the KKK in the beginning was a wake-up call for those lazy-boned men that wouldn't get up, and they'd rather sit on their butts and sleep, or either sit on their butts and drink. Said it was a scare group, like a bunch of scarecrows trying to scare the human being, so more like scare humans instead of scarecrows. Scare you to death. Say, hey, see what I can do if you don't do your part to help your family out? What I've heard. Then they come around being all these white power, white power. You know what? I know people tell me what. People tell you. I mean, it's funny. People tell you, watch what you're saying, man. Watch what you're saying, brother. You might get something started one day. If I get something good started, then yeah, I want something started. What did you expect me to say? Oh, no, I'll shut up, because if I'd say anything, I might get something started. Well, if somebody has turned from sin to Christianity, don't you think that that is something good to get started? I mean, we got people now ready to take, and if you didn't say what they want to hear, start some bad trouble. Look at Donald Trump. Can't even go nowhere without a bunch of people trying to follow him everywhere, trying to stop his business. You know what? I ain't tried to stop no one's business. I said, hey, you want to do something? Go ahead, do what you want to do. But when you get to the point where you say, I am trying to be for God and I'm trying to be for Jesus, don't think it's going to be no cupcakes and no tea and no coffee and no cucumber sandwich party. It's going to be a war with the devil. And you know it. I mean, I fought wars too. Have to see myself, tell myself, get out of this mess before you get in more trouble than you hadn't even got into yet. When you stop yourself from being in trouble you hadn't got into yet, and you know it was going to come if you didn't stop it, then that's the thing. But you want to sit there and tell me I've had people to tell me on the internet that I wasn't no preacher. Look at here. When God takes people and he puts them aside and says, look, you've got a preacher inside of you that needs to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and ordain you so you can go ahead and preach that word. Then yes, I am that kind of a minister, and don't tell me no different. Now, I know what definitions are and definitions aren't, but I'm telling you, God told me, he said, man, you're a good man, you've got the flame, you got the power in you, so get it out to the world. And here I am. And when I found out about this way of speaking to you people, I said, there you go, another victory for the Lord. So you know what? I'm not ashamed of what I'm doing, because I'm doing for God. I'm doing for Jesus. And why does people say, well, why are you doing this? I just got through saying for God and Jesus. Did you not hear me? You must be deaf. Must be spiritually deaf. You didn't hear that part. I ain't making fun of real deaf people. I'm saying you spiritually deaf people, you're deaf, dumb, and blind to God spiritually. You sinners who don't want to talk about God because you're too busy saying that there's no such a thing for God in this world. What? Where did that come from? Oh, you naysayers. Throw this man in jail. Throw this man to this place, that place, up, down, left, right. Oh, so you think by doing that, that's going to shut the man up? As long as there's breath in that man's life, he's going to speak it if it's worth to speak. If it's not worth to speak, I'd say, dude, shut up. Don't say nothing evil. Want to talk about God? Want to talk about Jesus the nasty way, the wrong way, and don't even give a rip about nobody's feelings? Well, that tells you, you say, hey, Father Satan. It ain't Father Satan, it's Father God. Can you get that through your head? Come on, can't even listen. Here you go for you young people. Listen. My child, listen closely to my teaching and learn common sense. My ADVICE, my advice, is useful. So don't turn away. When I was still very young and my mother's favorite child, my father said to me, if you follow my teaching and keep them in mind, you will live. Be wise and learn good sense. Remember my teaching and do what I say. If you love wisdom and don't reject her, she will watch over you. The best thing about wisdom is wisdom herself. Good sense is more important than anything else. We're on Proverbs 4, and we're going so far. I've already got I was on Proverbs 4, and I'm already on 7. Now, I'm going to go to 8. Proverbs 4:8. If you value wisdom and hold tightly to her, great honors will be yours. It will be like wearing a glorious crown of beautiful flowers. Now, what did I just say to you young people? I just said, basically, for you young folk out there, you need to understand that wisdom is something you need to have. Think before you act. There's too many of you begging for stuff in life you didn't even think about before you even begged about it. How can you sit there and look at your fellow aged man, aged meaning older person, and ask him for stuff that you didn't need from him in the first place? You thought you had to have it. I did that. I'm guilty of it. I didn't think about things in life. I probably asked people for stuff when I was younger that I wish I'd have thought about before I asked for it, because I looked foolish for asking. There are some things in life you look foolish for asking about when you don't need it, Or you look foolish for asking about it when you could have got it for yourself with the help of God. God helping you on your journey. But no, you had to get it now. It had to be like microwave food. Want it instantly, now, instant this and that. Instant food, yes, I can see that. But instant lifestyles, no. You got to wake up, wise up, smarter. Think about it. God did not say, I'm going to throw you a bone for nothing. God throws you a bone and it's edible. You might as well realize, what do I got to do to get it in the first place? Give up the fight with the devil. Go for God. And when you get straight with God, it don't matter how old you are. If you have any kids, no matter if you have kids or will have kids, then put them on the journey that they need to go on to get to God too. Because I'd hate to see you say, I'm with God, but God still says, no, you're not with me. And you're like, but I done what you asked. He said, no, you didn't. You got with me, but then you didn't teach your kids how to get with me too. So look, if you're straight with God, then make sure that when you have kids or do already have kids, that they know how to get to God too. Don't be a hoarder. Don't hoard God from your kids. Share it with your kids. Share God with the whole world. I mean, come on. We're going to sit there and say, I'm going to read the Bible and that's all. Oh, so you got God. Did you share God? No. Are you letting the world know? No. Am I? Look, I'm talking to you now. And if I didn't share God, then that means that I'm not a good man because I'm not trying to say something. I understand some people think it's funny to laugh your head off, talk about some things. And yeah, humor's good. Don't get me wrong. But do you know the right kind of humor that God wanted you to have? Do you know about the right stuff to talk about? There are people saying words I don't even understand why they said it. I know what it means. But did you even have common sense when you said those words? No, you didn't. You don't care. You'd rather let the world think you're a fool and laugh at your face than to sit there and say, I am a serious man because I was serious with God by sharing Him. If you're going to get with God and you want not only for you to get with God and you want to be serious with Him also, share Him. Share Him all over the place. What, do you want the rocks to have to talk about God? No. I mean, you read in the Bible, it says even the rocks will talk. And I don't think we need that. And why do some people take a gospel song and turn around and add words in it that don't make no sense? If you're going to add words in a song, add words that please God. I don't mind you adding words in gospel songs. Make it a new thing out of it. But if it don't please God, your new version of the old song is going to look stupid, sinful, and wicked. And we don't need that. Look at me. I've wrote songs before where it was basically me taking songs that were already there and turning them into gospel songs to please the Lord and to please myself. And you know what? That's okay. But I didn't sit there and say I took a gospel song like I seen a version of Let's All Go Down to the River. Talking about where it says He can make the lame walk, He can make the dumb talk. I heard one where it said He can make the donkey talk. The donkey talk? Why, He gonna have a great conversation with you? Hi, Mr. Donkey. How you doing today? What the world? That ain't even how the song goes. It sounds ridiculous. But yet we, as people, let our inner man tell us what to do for those songs. Oh, yeah. Oh, brother, it's time to change the song around. How are we gonna do it? Changing around to it looks like the demons have got a hold of it. And before long, we might be something that would have been appropriate for nothing but the club. Excuse me, I don't think I want to change no gospel song around. So before I'm through with it, I got it looking like a club song. No, I think I want to, no matter what way you sing it, it be a church song, a gospel song. You going to take a gospel song and redo it? You better redo it God's way. I mean, I can see you saying, I'll fly away. Say, I'll fly like a bird to heaven or something. I can see that. But if you say, I'm going to fly away and blow all your heads off when I'm flying away and this and that and the other. Nah, you might as well throw the song into the club because that's all you doing. And what's all this about? What did you do Friday night? I went to the club. What did you do Saturday night? I went to the club. What did you do? Yeah, even on Sundays, there's some clubs open. Sunday? Get your butt away from the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday club and go. If you want to go to a club, you better go to one called church. Not sit there talking about, oh, I'm going to the club. Or I haven't heard of an atheist said on Sunday he would go into, what was it, Pilates or yoga or whatever. I'm thinking, yoga? What the? You're not going, you're an atheist and you rather go to yoga on a Sunday than go to church? Whoa! You got all these days. You could have done it. No, you rather wait until Sunday. Oh, come on now. I don't believe that for nothing in the world. There ain't no such a thing as you going on Sunday. I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you are. But if you are, you're doing God dirty. He told you to do what he said. You're rather go to a club. Go club. Oh, yeah, go to the club and all. Why, states? Why do some of you states think it's okay to get drunk and hyped up on Sunday when you don't need to be thinking like that at all? Y'all got some crazy ideas and laws, sitting there talking about, oh, well, you know what? We need to let our kids get drunk on Sunday. You're right, but you need to get drunk on God, not the beer and wine and get all hopped up and end up in jail. Then you I've known people to go to jail, and there was family members of them that didn't even know they were in jail because they were too ashamed to tell them that they were in jail. Isn't that lovely? Wowee! That's a sick thought, but it happens, and it's going to happen, and it has happened, and will. So what do? Wise up, wake up, smart up, be somebody. Don't be that stubborn person that won't never get nowhere because they're too busy deciding that their future is drugs, alcohol, and smoking if it's in front of you. Well, if the meat's in front of you, you won't smoke meat. I see that, but I mean smoking dope? No, smoking a Boston butt? Oh, by all means, I love smoke Boston butt, but I wouldn't smoke no dope. There ain't no need in it. You're just asking the devil to come into your life when you do that stuff. I mean, if you can truly show me a medical benefit of smoking dope, I'd be thinking about it. But the thing is, I'm not going to sit there and say, I'm going to smoke to get high. I'm going to smoke to get high. Yeah, there's people out there who smoked and drank and done all kind of mess till they're 6 feet under. Then they probably in the afterlife wondering, what happened? Why am I dead? Because you smoked, you drank, you thought it was more important than life itself. Life didn't mean nothing to you folks because you're too busy saying, if you got to live your life the right way, you didn't want to live it at all. Oh yeah, like that saying, I've heard it before. Somebody getting a verbal fight with me, and instead of trying to say how they felt about it, they said if that was a Christian, I sure enough don't want to be one myself. And I thought, that's not the way to act. You kept making it look like you were a Christian to start with. Then you act like, well, if that's what a Christian is, I don't want to be that myself. I thought, well, brothers and sisters, you got some problems because you're sitting there talking about wanting to be something for God. Then when you see a man like me talk to you like I have, oh, if that's a Christian, I don't want to be that. What? Why? Why say that? What's the benefit of it? No benefit. No benefit comes from it. Except in your mind, you got this thing believing that you let me be the representative of Christians. Oh, put the brakes on. No. God is the representative of Christians, not one human being that you have a problem with. What is wrong here? What's wrong here? Do we need to stop this mess? Yes. Do we need to start some stuff? Yes. Do we know what we need to start? No, because we have to talk to God if you don't think about it. You're too busy saying, you know God, you know Jesus. Oh yeah, well, how's he doing? How's old God doing today? Oh, you don't know it because you didn't even get with him. But you claim you did. Look, God is happy when we do right. God is miserable when we do wrong. How did I know that? Because I am with God, and because being with God tells you how to act. So don't tell me I don't know nothing about nothing. Because if I didn't know God, I couldn't have told you what I just said. And y'all going to say, well, you heard it somewhere, and Be quiet. You don't know what I'm talking about. If you know what a man's talking about, run your mouth about it. I sure don't think you need to be telling me and anyone else how to act if you hadn't even got your own act together. Yeah, I said it. There are some of you right now sitting in your homes, knowing who I am, talking about me, and you're talking about others, how bad they are, and they're not doing what you want. Guess what? I was trying to do what God said. Now, if what God told me to do is supposed to be your version of wrong, then I'll just be wrong. But you know what? That's the way people work. They sit there and they say, this man did it, this man did it. They talking about everybody in the world that they got a problem with didn't do what they wanted.
Bluetooth disconnected. Powering down.
Well, I think that the problem with you people, that the inner man is the sinner man, and you let this man be something he wasn't supposed to be in your life. Sorry, but that's not right. If you can get yourself straight, you'd be somewhere. Well, let's pray now. Dear Lord, I pray to you that all people that hear my voice and see my face in this world will be able to be blessed by you, dear Lord. I pray that you will help all people out. All people, my neighbors, my friends, and all family members, that they all can come together and learn from you and follow you and follow me. If they want to come to any place I'm going to be where God's going to be, you're more than welcome. It don't matter if it's churches or where it is. If me and God's going to be there, you can too. Or you can be anywhere God is. And I pray you'll figure that out where that is. If you want to know places I'm going to be, where God's going to be, you let me know, and I'll tell you. You just check out everything I say, and I pray you will listen to what I say and what God said. I pray that all you people stop your fussing and fighting. Start trying to mend the bonds that you had at once. You were friends one time. You were married couple one time. You were boyfriend and girlfriend one time. You was best friends one time. You were mom and son. Father, daughter, father, son. You were dad and son. You were dad and daughter. Father is God. Dad is the man on earth that God appointed to bring you into the world. And I pray that all this gets straightened out. I pray for all people in this world to get well in all aspects of their life. And I pray that you, God, and Jesus will do for everybody what you've done for me. Give them miracles. Give them a life never ending. I pray that all this works out in your precious name I pray. Amen.